Hey everybody, night 2 of the Democratic National Convention was last night. It was another wholesale brutalization of MAGA and Trump and everything they stand for. Some extraordinary speeches. We're going to look in more detail in the next segment at Michelle Obama's speech and Barack Obama's speech. So that's why they won't be part of this segment. But I want to show you some of the other speakers from last night and understand that as everything was happening last night, Donald Trump was making post after post after post after post after post after, you get it, to Truth Social. These convention nights have been so wildly triggering to the guy because he knows he doesn't have the crowds. He knows he doesn't have the polls. He knows he doesn't have the looks of Kamala Harris. He even said the other day, I'm better looking, which is Trump reminding us of his insecurity that he's not better looking. So let's look at some of the key moments from night number 2. One moment that I found really powerful was when former Republican Ana Navarro, and I think this was so important for Latino voters to hear, who sometimes get sucked into conspiracy theories. And, you know, I say this as a Latino myself from Argentina. It was very powerful to hear Ana Navarro say, hey, you know what? Not only has the Republican Party led us astray, but they're lying about Kamala being the communist. I've seen communism. This was really good.
Let's be serious. Donald Trump and his minions call Kamala a communist. I know communism. I fled communism from Nicaragua when I was 8 years old. I don't take it lightly. And let me tell you what communist dictators do. And it's never just for one day. They attack the free press. They call them the enemy of the people, like Ortega does in Nicaragua. They put their unqualified relatives in cushy government jobs so they can get rich of their positions, like the Castros do in Cuba. And they refuse to accept legitimate elections when they lose and call for violence to stay in power, like Maduro is doing right now in Venezuela. Now you tell me something. Do any of those things sound familiar? Is there anybody running for president who reminds you of that? And I know one thing, it's not Kamala Harris. That is not the America we love. It's not the land of freedom we treasure. Last night, we heard President Biden say that he loves his job, but he loves his country more. Every American needs to love our country more. Every American has the duty to put our country first. Country first before party. Country first before political ambition.
So you get it. She was very good. And I think that this was a very, very important message. Maybe underrated. She didn't get a lot of media attention, but I think she should have because her speech was excellent, is Senator Tammy Duckworth. Tammy Duckworth went directly at Trump, given her status as a veteran. And it was brutal from the standpoint of Trump. This was very good.
You know, I went to war to protect America's rights and freedoms. So I take it personally when a 5-time draft-dodging coward like Donald Trump tries to take away my rights and freedoms in return.
She was excellent. One other moment from Senator Duckworth's speech, talking about November and talking about cadet bone spurs, referring to Donald Trump.
But now, Trump's anti-woman crusade has put other Americans' right to have their own families at risk. Because if they win, Republicans will not stop at banning abortion. They will come for IVF next. And they'll prosecute doctors. And they will shame and spy on women. And if you think that's far-fetched, just looked up what happened in Alabama last year. So let me say to every would-be parent, I see you, I'm with you. And together, in November, we'll send a message to old Cadet Bone Spurs. Stay out of our doctors' offices, and where you're at it, out of the Oval Office too.
She was genuinely excellent and was followed up by the Republican mayor of Mesa, Arizona, who said, I'm a little out of place here, just like he said at a recent Arizona rally for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. But the Republican Party of 2024 is just not a reasonable place anymore. This was also an important message for Republicans to hear.
Good evening. I have a confession to make. I'm a lifelong Republican. So I feel a little out of place tonight, but I feel more at home here than in today's Republican Party. The grand old party has been kidnapped by extremists and devolved into a cult, the cult of Donald Trump. Trump doesn't know the first thing about public service. Like a child, he acts purely out of self-interest. We all need an adult in the White House, and we've seen what happens when we don't have one. Trump made a lot of lofty promises: unlimited economic growth, American manufacturing reborn, a secure border. Turns out Donald Trump was all talk. He wanted our votes, but he couldn't deliver a thing. But these days, my city of Mesa, Arizona is on the move. I'm going to ribbon cuttings every single week, all because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris reached across the aisle and they delivered for my conservative community.
This is so important for Republicans who are skeptical of Trump to see Republicans saying, I was one of you. I've recognized what's going on. It's okay to vote for Kamala Harris in November. For right-wing Latino voters, to see Ana Navarro, who used to be a right-wing Latino voter, say, hey, you know what? They've abandoned us. This is crazy. We need something different. This genuinely matters. Now, before we get to Michelle and Barack Obama in the next segment, one of the most interesting and to me powerful speeches yesterday was the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff. Doug Emhoff, extraordinarily personable, gregarious, articulate, really hitting a particular note with his speech. I'll play a couple of clips here for you, including, this is a sort of really good Jewish mom joke that he alludes to.
Hello to my big, beautiful, blended family up there. I love you so much. Aren't you proud of Cole? Wow. And a special shout out to my mother. I see you. My mother is the only person in the whole world who thinks Kamala is the lucky one for marrying me. And to Kamala, who, well, we just saw where she is. She's out on the trail, listening to and talking with voters. Honey, I can't wait for you to come back to Chicago because we're having a great time here.
The crowd really reacting positively to Doug Emhoff. Doug Emhoff lining up here, sort of addressing the idea that there are some who might diminish their expectations of Kamala Harris on the basis that they don't necessarily know that she's up to the tough task the way Trump claims to be. But Doug Emhoff pointing out, just because she's joyful doesn't mean she's not tough.
Kamala is a joyful warrior. It's doing for her country what she has always done for the people that she loves. Her passion will benefit all of us when she's our president. And here's the thing about joyful warriors. They're still warriors. And Kamala is as tough as it comes. Just ask the criminals, the global gangsters, and the witnesses before the Senate Judiciary Committee. She never runs from a fight. And she knows the best way to deal with a coward is to take him head on. Because we all know cowards are weak, and Kamala Harris can smell weakness. She doesn't tolerate any BS. You've all seen that look, and you know that look I'm talking about. That look is not just a meme. It reflects her true belief in honest and direct leadership.
So a very good speech. And as I mentioned, Donald Trump melting down during absolutely all of this, melting down during all of this. Just a quick little tour of Trump's Truth Social, post after post after post, attacking New York Governor Kathy Hochul, posting videos of himself, posting his various "my endorsement was good," even if the endorsements are obvious, or people who aren't even in a real primary race with no serious challenger, posting post after post after post after post. Once you get beyond all of the "I made the right pick in the primary" posts, and you've got to keep scrolling and scrolling. We're talking about dozens of posts an hour. Trump posting that Kamala Harris supports the environmental extremist net zero energy policy, radical left agenda to abolish coal, oil, etc., etc. Trump posting that U.S. citizens are allowed to vote, but illegals are not. Well, we already know that. There's not even a way to register if you're an undocumented immigrant. Trump posting that the green energy agenda is terrible and it will destroy the country and it will all be bad. And post after post after post. I'm still scrolling, folks. This is all as RNC Day 2 is going on. So Trump is watching and Trump is triggered. And if you think Trump was triggered from these speeches, Tammy Duckworth and Doug Emhoff and others, you have to see Michelle Obama and Barack Obama's speeches last night, which, like them or hate them, agree with the vision they outline or not, two of the most powerful speeches in a very long time. So let's take a quick break. Make sure you're subscribed at youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. And I'm so glad so many people, about 500,000 people across both nights so far, joining me for the live streams. I hope you'll join me tonight. Very quick break, and then we'll continue our coverage of the DNC. Are you having trouble sleeping or staying asleep? Sleep is one of the most important foundations of mental and physical health. And our sponsor, Beam's formulation called Dream, is a delicious nighttime hot cocoa drink with melatonin, clinically proven to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Melatonin can also help correct circadian rhythm disturbances, get your sleep schedule back on track, for example, in jet lag situations. Dream comes in great tasting flavors like mint chocolate chip, chocolate, peanut butter, sea salt caramel. I love the cinnamon cocoa version. No sugar added, sweetened with monk fruit, just 15 calories per serving. Dream hot cocoa it's just a nice way to wind down before bed. It's hot and flavorful. It's not overly sweet. It's a soothing way to relax about an hour before going to bed. Go try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder and get 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.